I put together the following checklist of different items that can tell you how you want to analyze an idea for a business. First thing is, does the idea solve other people's problems? What do most of us do with our idea? We think of our own problems, our own situation, and that's not a bad starting place. But one of the big mistakes that we make is that we try to solve our problems when other people may not have that problem. You want to solve other people's problems and a lot of other people's problems, meaning does your idea address a problem that a lot of people have? Are you passionate about the idea? Is it something that you want to work on every day? Are you willing to commit the next 5 to 10 years of your life to this? I'm in year number 6.5 on Docstoc. These aren't quick little bits. You're committing a decade of your life potentially or more when you go to start a business. Is that the idea that you want to work on for that long that you can be passionate about? Are other people doing something similar successfully? That's a positive, by the way, not a negative. Again, if nobody's doing anything like what you're doing, that's not necessarily a business I'd want to start. There's no model for success. But you do want to ask yourself, are there too many competitors? And what's also important than that is there something that you can do different or better? If there's not something that you can do meaningfully different or better than what other people are already doing in the space, ask yourself, is it really worth doing? Can I build out the business on my own capital resources? And by resources, I don't necessarily mean only the money you have, but the money that you can raise. We have to be careful. A lot of times I see people come to my office talking about a business that's require tens of millions of dollars. But if you can't get your business started on the capital resources you have or can create, is it really the idea you want to be pursuing? Could you have a minimum viable product in 90 days or less? We'll talk more about minimum viable products, but this comes from Eric Ries, who wrote the book, The Lean Startup. And it's the idea that when you're first starting off your business, you don't try to create the most perfect product because you ultimately don't know what it is. You want to get a product quickly into the marketplace that's got the minimum viable sets of features that it needs, and then let your customers tell you in real time what things that they want to see in addition to it. Are your potential customers, the people that you're surveying about this, are more than 75% of them saying, this is something I'd want, or this sounds like a good idea? Do you have a background and a skill set that's compatible with the business? Do you have a competitive advantage to get customers? And that's one of the key things that we're going to go over today as well, too. If I don't start this, will somebody else? Can I court mentors who have been successful doing something similar? Does the business have a high likelihood of success? Does the business's risk-reward match my own personal risk-reward? And does it help me fulfill my purpose? And what I would personally do is if I were going to go start a business, and I was thinking right now amongst 3, 4, 5 different ideas, I would take that checklist and I would, for every single idea, see how many of those points I could check off. And the one that's got the most is the one that's the right idea for me. Now, again, does that make that a good idea or a bad idea? I don't know. Maybe it does, but to me it doesn't make a difference because execution, not ideas, are what make a difference. But amongst the different ideas that we can have, that to me is the checklist to look at to monitor our opportunity cost.